So welcome everybody. I'm Professor Adam Dubas. I am the program lead for the Digital Health and Entrepreneurship, and I will be guiding you through a little bit about the program, a little bit about UCL, and be generally the spokesperson for today. I'm joined by Esther, who is one of the students. Of this year, would you like to say anything about yourself?
Hi everyone. Hi, my name is Esther. So I'm a Master Digital Health and Entrepreneurship student, and my background is actually a pharmacist, practice in Malaysia and also in Singapore as well. Nice to meet everyone today.
So as we go through today, you have two opportunities. If you have questions as we're going along, I have two screens here, so if you see me looking up, that's why I'm doing that. So I can keep an eye on if anyone puts their hands up, or if anyone would like to put a question into the question and answer. I'm not saying that it's going to be spontaneous, but I will try to get to the questions as soon as I see them. So if you have any questions as I'm going along, by all means, please ask them and I will address them as I see them. Otherwise, there will be time at the end to do question and answers. If you stop me at the end, I'm more than happy to, if you raise your hand, to let you, to turn on your microphone and let you speak. During the talk, we will, I'll try to keep it to typing questions if you have them. So while I'm talking here for about the next 15-20 minutes, by all means, type questions in. If you have questions that you would like to ask verbally, at the end, I will take time and you can raise your hand and I'll turn your microphone on. So talking a little bit about the Digital Health and Entrepreneurship, we are currently in our second cohort. We have 103 students this year taking the course. We expect to be about the similar size next year. People coming from all over the world, and I think a very great cohort of people. But as you probably have a lot of choices of where you want to do an MSc. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about our department and the program as we kick off here. So the program is put on by the UCL department, the Global Business School for Health. We launched 2 years ago. It's the first business school in the world totally dedicated to health. And training the next generation of health and healthcare management leaders. We really want to deal with some of the sticky problems that exist around healthcare around the world. And within this program, really looking at, how can we use digital tools to unravel these challenges and really build back a better status quo for the future. And, as it says at the bottom here, and all these slides are going to be available after we're done, we really are trying to inspire public good. People often affiliate business with money, but really, the goal of the school, the mission of the school, is to re-envision healthcare so that it is sustainable and available to everybody. And again, within this program, looking to map digital tools and how to better do that. So the Digital Health and Entrepreneurship program. So if you are looking to attend, it's £18,000 for UK students, 32,100 for overseas students. And the program will start in September of 2024. We start the last week of September with a 1-week induction where we work on getting you used to London, used to the school, used to the buildings that you're going to be in before we launch into classes the first week of October. It then continues to be 12 months. The final presentations will then be in August of 2025 for those of you online today. All the classes for this program are slated to be at UCL East, the brand new campus. The first building opened 2 years ago. The last building opened 2 months ago. So they're brand new buildings, custom built for the learning that we are going to take part in. The program itself is a very intensive integrated health and business. Esther can talk about how today we launched into some very difficult biological and health concepts, but we also launch into very heavy into finance, into business. We do try to cover both in very great depth because it is going to be essential for whatever you want to do when you're done. So students coming into this are ones that are looking for a challenge, looking to understand the fast-paced world that is digital health. It's rapidly changing. We talked about in class today how many of the concepts that we're teaching, even 10 years ago, either didn't exist or were vastly, vastly different. So this is a very fast-paced world, and most of us teaching do live on both sides. We, have our companies, we have our education time, and are really teaching you what is today's biggest thing, not what was 5 years ago or not what you find in a textbook. So, those who want to experience really what is the cutting edge, that is who should be coming to this course. Through the course, you'll obviously develop a lot of skills, a lot of knowledge, but really the goal is to identify the strategies and identify the areas for digital health solutions. Where are the areas that are expanding? Every week in my course, we talk about a topic and we end with, these are the areas that are expanding. So this is what's being done. This is where the expansion is going. So if you have your ideas, make sure that you're out at the forefront of that. You have several opportunities throughout the year to explore the potential for innovations. Every week you're looking at, a different space of digital health, what's going on, and how to evolve and what the future is going to look like. And like I said, it's really about maximizing health outputs and improving health outcomes. Obviously, being a business course and an entrepreneurship course, money is frequently discussed, but we also do readily support social enterprises, charity work, and other ways, leading to improved healthcare around the world. And throughout the course of the year, you have several opportunities, but especially in term 3, to take a health innovation idea of yours and take it from concept to a business case, really test it, figure out what the market is for it, figure out who your customers are going to be, and build it up so that hopefully in the future you're able to potentially take that forward as a company of your own. So admissions, there's 2 really big pieces. The first one is having a degree or overseas qualification equivalent to a British 2-1. And so this is really important. Anyone who has work experience that is considered, work experience usually means more than 3 years of experience within the digital health space to overcome that the level of your grades. But the most important one is actually the IELTS, the language requirement. There's a lot of communication, there's a lot of coursework. The British system is really built on the integration and discussion of ideas in groups in order to learn as a team. So that's both understanding your instructors as well as understanding each other in class. So the IELTS, you do need to have a 6.5 average, no area less than 6, and that is a hard rule. As part of this, we do consider your personal statement and one reference. This is someone who should be able to speak to your interests and your academic experiences. So, as I said, people that are looking for a fast-paced and to understand the world of digital health. So anyone who is looking to start a company in the space, obviously this course is for you. But anyone who just wants to think entrepreneurially, someone who wants to be able to look at how to do things efficiently, how to do things how to innovate and how to implement those, is who we're looking for to recruiting. And people, so the people coming out of this course can do any number of things. People are running their own companies, scaling their companies, but also looking at going into management consulting for the entrepreneurial space, or going into business development in existing courses. So there's, whether you're a new graduate or going to be graduating this summer, or you have a couple of years of work experience, we take everyone. We're trying to build out the best cohort with the best set of ideas and experiences from around the world. So it's not just about grades, it's really about building out, showing why is this going to get you where you need to be in the future. So we start off the last week of September. This is a mix of induction week, where you have social activities as well as professional development activities, with several activities where you're able to interact with the other students on both your course and the other students coming to the Global Business School for Health. We're going to have about 600 students next year, and it's really your time to meet them. You will be the future leaders of healthcare around the world, getting to know everybody and trying to start making those networks to get you where you need to be after you're done. As part of induction, on top of the face-to-face activities, we also have a unassessed, self-paced course on global health that we recommend that you do. It provides the basis for everything that we are going to discuss in the year, and provides some basic talking points for people to actually work on. The structure itself, there are 8 compulsory modules that are taught across terms 1 and 2, term 1 being September to December, term 2 being January to April, and then you have 2 projects that start early in the year and then run through the summer. So you do actually have coursework all year long. Although during the summer it's a little less structured. We'll get to that in a second. In term 3, which again is May to August, with presentations in September, you have 2 projects, and these are both required. One of them is for looking at developing a business case for an innovation idea of your own. The second one is a research project that is an area that you're able to explore and dig deeper into and better understand. There's a number of different assessments. So regardless of what you excel at, you have written examinations, courseworks, which you're able to do outside of class, presentations, and then obviously the 2 projects that contain all of those. Obviously, I understand that education is expensive. So there's a number of different scholarships that are available. We as a department offer 2 different types of scholarships. The first one is for women in healthcare, and this is for any program that we offer. And it's looking for any female students that are looking to grow in their leadership potential. So in addition to the scholarship that you get, you also get opportunities to meet with senior management and C-suite female leaders, understand how they built their careers and get the extra support that you need. We also have the Global Healthcare Leaders Scholarship, which is also for £5,000, and it's open to anyone from the UK, Africa, Asia, or South America. And and again, you are matched with leaders from around the world to get better understanding of their experience and how to grow yourself to be the leader of the future. In addition to the scholarships that we offer, UCL offers a wide range of scholarships of their own, and these are open to people from any department, not just ours. And so these slides will be made available on the website after we're done, or you can just look at UCL scholarships and you'll get to the same website that's listed at the bottom. If you're coming from the US, the UCL is eligible for federal loans from the US to pay for both the tuition and living expenses, just as any US university. People coming from other international places, there's the Chevening Scholarship, Commonwealth, Fulbright, and Master's Bursary. So there's a number of different scholarship programs that you can apply for. And we frequently have had several of them awarded to students that are coming into this course. Obviously you're coming to this program to learn something, prepare yourself for the future, and that future is going to be a career. So starting from induction week, we really get into not only the coursework, teaching you what you need to do to be successful, but also getting you the support that you need to be prepared for that career. And so, there's an introduction to all of the activities that are available to you from careers starting in that induction week. And that means both the people in-house as well as in the building that are generically for all programs at UCL East that are able to help you with CVs, helping you with resumes, helping you with cover letters, doing interview prep. There are programs at UCL that if you know that you have an interview coming up, you can give them your CV, give them the job description, and they will do mock interviews for you and let you practice. As a department, we do 2 career fairs, one in term 1, one in term 2, where we bring in companies from around the world that are interested in hiring graduates in healthcare leadership. And it's your opportunity to meet with these companies, understand what they do, understand what some of the job titles would be for when you are done. And so they aren't necessarily collecting CVs that day, but it's really about getting you to understand the job opportunities and potentials that are out there. Although obviously the companies are there because they're looking to recruit. Throughout the year, you have access to other opportunities. Many companies do open events where they advertise to all of the students, where they will have you they may come and say, hey, we're going to be at the university from this time to this time, come see us, or they'll have you out to their place of work in order to better understand what the opportunities are with them. We have the Health Executives and Residents program, so you get opportunities to meet with people and do a bit of a career surgery for about 20 minutes. So you have opportunities to sign up for those throughout the course of the year. And then obviously the business project has an industry mentor that you and your team are going to meet with throughout the course of the year. And they're signing up to do this because they're hoping to help the next generation of talent. And they've always been a very useful cohort in the past. As part of UCL, you also have access to all the university career services, the Innovation and Enterprise, which has their incubators and accelerators to help build your ideas, as well as the UCL alumni networks. So, what sort of jobs can you get when you leave? There's a number of individuals from last year that have gone into health consultancy, whether this be with the major firms, PwC, Deloitte, KPMG, but we also have a number that have gone into many of the bespoke and smaller consultancies to gain some experience there. And so we work with a large number of them that recruit from our students. Many students leave to go into management roles within pharma and biotech, as well as people that have left for payers such as Bupa or the World Health Organization. We have a large and growing list of pharma companies that we work with: AstraZeneca, Siemens, GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, Sanofi, that are looking to recruit individuals into their companies. And so several of our alumni, both from the digital health as well as other programs, have left to go into there. I'm happy to announce that our cohort of last year, we have 3 companies that have incorporated and are off with their products, and several individuals that are trying to get into accelerators both here in the UK and abroad. So I hope that number goes from 3 up to a much higher number. And so, obviously all of us who are teaching are here to help, but really provide you the opportunities to start and grow your companies. So, extracurricular activities, there's no lack of things to do. UCL, so as part of the student fees that you have, part of that goes to the student union, which puts on clubs and social activities for students. And so you are able to apply to be part of those clubs. Or if they don't have a club that you're interested in, you can always start one. There's no lack of activities with sports, volunteering, leadership experience. So Esther, do you want to say anything about the clubs that you're aware of?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I think here we have a lot of clubs and society that you can find. So whatever is your interest, your hobbies, or if you're actually interested in any kind of sports, you can always join any clubs that we have. So I personally actually like hiking. So I joined the hiking club. So we will have hiking trips very often, every weekends. And also at the same time as well, I'm also in the founding team for founding a club, which is for our society, which is called as a pitching club, the pitching society. So we are currently submitting the documents and also finalizing all the details and the support letters, which is actually important for the applications for our clubs as well. Yeah.
So on top of the pitching society, I know that another one that the Global Business School for Health has launched is the basically NGO engagement. I forgot what the exact term of what they're calling themselves, but basically it's preparing you for careers in the NGO sector, the non-government organizations, so policy and that sort of work. I also know that there's an entrepreneurship club, there's a digital health club, where people that are interested in those spaces can go and explore ideas. So there's plenty of ideas, hiking, sports, as well as professional development that you can participate in. So UCL East, so if the building here is Marshgate, this is where the majority of your classes are going to be. That's where Esther and I are sitting right now. It's a brand new building. It just opened in September. The building here is Pool Street. It opened a year ago. So there's opportunities to live there. The lower floors are academic space. So, you think of the UK, you think of old academic buildings. The buildings that you will be using for this course are brand new. They're 2 years old by the time you get here. But actually, it's really exciting. You see the building here. This was the swimming pool for the 2012 Summer Olympics that were held here in London. All of UCL East is held on the Olympic Park. This was a architectural structure, helter-skelter, that is up. And actually, there's this silver thing here is a slide that you can go on if you want, if you're looking for some adrenaline. There's the river. So actually, the building here is on a bit of an island. The river comes around on both sides. Plenty of walking space on a beautiful day like today. It's actually sunny in London today. So there's opportunities to do that. The Olympic Park is huge if you're up for running or walking. So you can kind of escape from the city a little bit. We are located, by the time you get here, the East Bank will open up. So as part of the redevelopment of the Olympic Park, so the Victoria and Albert, the V&A Museum, classically that was in Kensington. They're opening a brand new exhibit here. Should open late in 2024, so just in time for you to get here. Sadler's Well is a large playhouse in London, typically down in the Farringdon region of London. They've opened a new playhouse out here that will be opening early 2024. BBC's music and broadcasting studios are on the Olympic Park here. And then University of Arts London has opened their College of Fashion just across the street here, just beyond the auditorium here. Can't see it on the picture here. Anyone who is interested in food, there's no lack of restaurants in Stratford. Hackney Wick, a part of London that's just the other side of the picture here, is known for its small family-run restaurants of just about any type of food that you could possibly want. Westfield Shopping Center is the largest shopping center in Europe, and you actually have to walk through it to get from Stratford Station to our campus. So anyone who likes to shop, that's great. Those of you who don't want to spend money, I'm sorry, but you do have to walk through the mall. We talk about UCL East, but we really aren't that far away. There's a high-speed train every 15 minutes, 15 minutes, from Stratford to St. Pancras, which puts you right in the middle of main UCL campus, right in the middle of London. There's also the new Elizabeth line that opened about 18 months ago that runs from Stratford, and that runs right through the center of London, right through Oxford Street, right through the middle of UCL campus, and actually can get you to Heathrow Airport in about 45 minutes. So we're very well connected to all parts of London, lots of transportation links coming in and out. Obviously, if anyone's interested in sports, you're on the Olympic Park. Many of the Olympic facilities do have time that is open to the public, and activities that you can take part in that. London is an amazing city. It's ranked yet again as the top city in the UK for students. There's no lack of things to do. There's an incredible amount of green space, parks, whether it's the sort of micro parks, in a housing block, or the royal parks that are large and you can spend all day walking in. One of the amazing things, the museums and galleries, most of them are free, or at least free to students. And then obviously there's the history of London and its evolution. So there's so many things to do, even on a student's budget. So I am originally from the US. I've been in London now for 12 years. There's still things that I'm finding and things that I haven't done. And so Esther, is there anything you want to share about things that you've enjoyed doing in London?
Yes, certainly. I actually enjoy, I just went to the it's actually Natural History Museums. So in which you can see a lot of like I think they have like some collections of the artifacts and actually for the museums. So it's actually free. It's actually located in South Kensington, and there is a lot of museums that you can enjoy, and it's actually quite a lot of like museums which is free of charge. So you can take this chance and take this opportunity to explore it. And if you like parks, I would highly recommend the Hyde Parks and also Regent Park, especially during this time of the years, it's actually autumns, so we have a lot of like a beautiful sceneries. Yeah, you can just enjoy the parks over there as well. Yeah, so especially because now it's actually very near to the Christmas seasons, so you can see a lot of like lights, which is actually lighten up the whole the streets at the Regent streets, and also the Cannabis streets, Oxford streets. So yeah, so I mean, like during the weekend, you can actually go with your group mates or your course mates to explore the city as well. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, there's no lack of things to do throughout London, even on a student's budget. So, well, I really hope to see everyone that's on the call here next fall at the Digital Health and Entrepreneurship. If you are interested, those dates need to get updated, but you can check the UCL website for upcoming events for other programs. So apparently I've been incredibly thorough in my discussion here, so I don't see any questions. But now it's your time. If you have any questions for us, by all means, please either raise your hand or type them into the question and answer box. And I'm happy to ask your questions and tell you a little bit more about the program. Okay, so the first question is there any supportive policy if I want to be a research analyst at a VC area? So we do work with several venture capitalists, VCs, that are doing it, that would be looking for analysts. We had several students last year go into that space and did internships over the summer. There is capacity in term 3, so May to August, to have a job. So yes, there is no internships that are required as part of this program, but we do make opportunities available to link people up. So we are supportive of that. We do introduce you to VCs, and there is opportunities to go into that. So we are supportive. We introduce you to them, but there's no requirement to do that, and so there is going to be some effort on you to take those opportunities forward. Do you need to have IT background skills to enter the master's degree? So there is one module that has that you have to create a chatbot as a team. Now, in doing that, it isn't programming in Python or C++ or any of those programming languages. It is a sort of a logical flow, very similar to setting up a MS Forms type document. So you need to be familiar with obviously Excel, PowerPoint, but you don't necessarily need to have an IT background or coding background. And again, the assessment is done as a team. So if you can analyze the business side of things, that's also important. So you do not need an IT background. Now, if you have one, it's also a great course because you'll learn the rest of what needs to go around that. But you do not need it.
Yeah, probably I can share a bit more about the previous questions, which is about the IT. So to be honest, I'm actually from a background with pharmacy, so I don't really have like an IT backgrounds. So I don't really know how to code and all these things. But it would be good that if you know, I mean like, because it's actually it is not really like required things, but it would be good if you know, because it will be able to supplement like and to complement your study as well. So I also take this chance because like we have a MedTech Society. So the MedTech Society actually provide free coding workshops. So you can just join the workshops, and also for free you can learn how to do the Python's coding as well. Yeah.
Okay. So the next question is career services. So we as a department have a careers team. The UCL has a careers team. UCL East, where we reside, has a careers team. So there's a lot of opportunities there to get help developing it. You also have a personal tutor who's supposed to be working with you on that. And then obviously we do keep tabs of our alumni, the 330 students that graduated last year. There's 540 students this year who you'll be linked up with on LinkedIn. So there's a lot of opportunities both from our department and then UCL proper. And that's part of the career networks that we do and these networking events that we do. So lots of opportunities to network with everybody. The word count for the personal statement, I believe it's 1 page, but I believe the specifications are listed online. So the acceptance rate for international students, we have a fairly diverse cohort from around the world. British is actually by far the minority of the students in. We are the Global Business School for Health. We are looking for a very diverse group from around the world. So we don't have by country acceptance rates. We aren't looking for students from the best from countries. We're looking for the best students to provide an international flavor to what we're doing. So, any other questions? So does the program allow us to continue to a doctoral degree? So there is a literature review research project as part of this. Several of the students from last year have applied and been accepted into PhD programs. So it is possible to go from this program into a PhD. So yeah, you are allowed to, although the degree is aimed at getting you ready to lead business development in industry. But as I said, there is a cohort of students from last year that have gotten into PhD programs. So you are qualified to do that. Very good. Any other questions? So will a higher IELTS score help my application? Absolutely. A 6.5 is the absolute minimum to get in. But the higher the IELTS is, the better off you are going to be to getting in. As I said, communication is really important in the class. And so the better you are in English, the better you're going to be.
Probably I
Anything
can
else?
share. So probably I can
Yep.
share some my journey with the GPSH and also my career aspirations. So like I said, I am actually like from a pharmacy background. So previously I don't really have any kind of like IT, which is digital health experience. But during the COVID-19 pandemic, so when my country is actually been like having like a lockdown, so I was actually like volunteering in a virtual health medical assistance. So in which I provide free medical advices to the people. So that is actually my first exposure to the digital health, especially in the telemedicine platforms. So afterwards, I actually got a job in Singapore. So I work in a hospital in Singapore, and I got a chance to learn more about the electronic health records, and also with the robotic, which is automated dispensing systems. So this has actually helped me to shape and also helped me to prepare for my studies, which is actually the Master Digital Health and Entrepreneurship course. So my future goal is actually trying to have my own startups, especially in the digital health products. And I'm thankful that this course actually helped me to shape myself and also like to prepare myself for the future startups process. Yeah.
So the question, there's a question in the chat or question Q&A about submitting without the IELTS and updating it later. There is a automated step prior to the review. And so depending on what your degree is in and what courses you've taken, that will be determined. But unfortunately, it is best to put an IELTS in even if you are studying and trying to improve. So I would not encourage you to submit without an IELTS.
I think IELTS is actually one of the most important criteria to get an unconditional offer. So for non-English speaking countries, IELTS is actually quite important for your success for the applications. Yeah.
Okay. Any last questions? Okay, so question came through, what is the entrance selection stages and is there an interview? There is no interview. There is a automated data check at the beginning where your grades, IELTS, and all your paperwork is in place. Once that has cleared and that you meet the minimum requirements, you're then passed to the department for review and acceptance. So as far as you go, you submit your application once, and then there's a few stops at UCL before a decision is made. And there is no interview for this program. Well then, thank you everyone, and obviously hope to see you in the future at one of these, and see you at the Keep Warm events after you're accepted and next fall in the class. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.